Hi, my name is Brendon, and I am a therapist with Crosswinds Counseling. One of the questions that I sometimes come across as I'm working with people is questions about meaning and purpose in life. There can be questions about, how do I make my life more meaningful? Is my life currently full of purpose? Are the things that I'm doing working in that way for me? And one of my favorite ways to kind of explore this is to do an exercise that I'm going to show you here shortly. The place that I pull this exercise from is something called existentialism. And basically, I chose existentialism as a theory to work from in counseling because it answers this question in a really cool way. So, existentialism would say that the answer to our questions about meaning are rooted in our relationships. And it would say that we have 4 different types of relationship. So we have our relationship with self, our relationship with others, our relationship with the world, and our relationship with God or spirituality. Now, when we look at these different relationships, what I then like to do is draw out a tree. Now, one thing that we're all kind of familiar with is how a tree looks. Mine kind of looks like broccoli sometimes. But on here, we'll notice that there are different parts. We have the trunk, we have roots, and we have the leaves. And I think that each of these relationships can correspond to a different part on the tree, but that can look different for each person. So, with that in mind, the next part of the exercise is to take each of your relationships and place them somewhere on the tree. And we kind of start to see the analogy fall into place. There are going to be some relationships that are more important. Not that each one is not important, but we tend to place a higher value on 1 or 2 relationships. So for example, you may put God or spirituality at the root of your tree of meaning. You might place your relationship with others here at the trunk because it's really important to engage with other people. So once you have taken each of those relationships and placed them at a certain spot on the tree, you can begin to reflect on the quality of those relationships or how you're engaging in them. There will probably be some pieces that you find that you're doing really well in those relationships, and there might be some areas you find that there's areas to grow. And once we begin to reflect on those areas of growth and we start to lean in, we'll notice that our tree of meaning can begin to grow. And that's part of what makes our life meaningful, is how we engage in those relationships.